I was just thinking the other day, the world needs more stories that blend hard-boiled detective tropes with whimsical fantasy. Is that not a normal thing to be thinking? But you're thinking it now too, right? Today's drabble is brought to you by the words regular, empirical, and assault. And now, another drabble by your favourite magical library in human skin. The crime scene at Food Mart. I'll never forget it. Nothing out of the regular. Doors locked, windows undamaged. But the chocolate wrappers was like a tornado came to call. And those hundreds of chocolatey footprints the size of pinheads, that's just damn strange. Happened again last night over Cromwell's patisserie. While he carried on about an assault on his business, I was wading through those pastry crumbs. Found the exact same footprints, only raspberry jam. Now, I'm taking an empirical approach. Right. The sales clerk stares at my armload of crab pots. And these are for catching pixies. What else? Hello. I may be grinning right now. Sometimes I stare at my randomly generated words for the longest time, just trying to figure out what in the name of all things good and reasonable I'm going to do with them. But sometimes something like this happens. I love this drabble. If I can figure out how to turn this drabble into a novella or longer, and I can both generate the motivation and scrounge up the time, 100% I'm doing it. Or, 99.5%. Or 95%. Math. If I can do it, I'll do it. Or if anyone wanted to make a short film or animation or comic of it, I would be so very completely down. Blue would also be so completely down with short films or animations or comics of any of her drabbles, or short stories, come to that when I eventually start releasing them. Or a board game, that would be cool. Oh, I've got an interpretive dance.
Awesome.
And here is Blue, getting way ahead of herself again. But, apparently I just thought I should throw that out there. If anyone's keen, just talk to Blue about it first, okay? We'll figure out all things in a most tidy and reasonable fashion. In any case, in the current timeline, as far as I'm aware, I am still Moonfeather Blue, fantasy writer and magical library in human skin. Thank you so much for your willingness to experience this drabble with me. Blue hopes you love it just as much as she does. And if you do, please show your love and eternal commitment by leaving a like. Let's show the algorithm the power of true love. True love! Or the power of a world-weary investigator following the tracks of a pack of pixies with a sugar addiction. One or the other. True love or sugar-addicted pixies. Almost the same thing, I guess. Or, they could be. They could be related. True love between pixies and sugar. Yet again, we have another example. Yet again, another. 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 This is another example of blending the bizarre with the everyday. It seems to be Blue's default position with her short fiction. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. The writing of this story did flow most naturally. It just, yes, this will sound cliched, but it just felt so right. I was hearing the POV detective with Benoit Blanc's voice from the Knives Out films. And so, in honor of that, let's name the POV Benny. I did want so much to imitate Benoit Blanc's accent when I was recording.
I observe the facts without biases of the head or heart. I determine the ark's path, stroll leisurely to its terminus, and the truth falls at my feet.
But I decided that was probably a terrible idea. Blue would offend herself with her terrible accent attempts, let alone anyone else. So, just please do your best to transform Blue's voice in your brain, Blue in the ears, Benoit Blanc in the brain. Can we do that? There's another somewhat more blatant reference to recent pop culture in this drabble, if you can call it pop culture. Bluey's pop culture, isn't it? You've seen the Bluey episode Fairies? So, guess what bandit digs out of the shed to deal with their apparent whimsical infestation? Can you guess? Can you guess?
That's it. It's time to step this up a notch. Let's do this!
Crab pots.
It's crab pots. He digs out some crab pots. Yes, Blue did not think of that one on her own. That was very much inspired. So, what do you think about detective mysteries with light fantastical twists? We need more of them, don't we? But far more pressing is, what do you think happens next? Does Benny catch these apparent pixies? Do the food crime culprits turn out to be something else entirely? Does a plague of pixies overrun the town and eat everything that contains even a pinch of sugar? Crab pots aren't enough to deal with such a whimsical swarm. Come on, Benny, you need to save your town. How are you going to do it? Enlighten me. I can't wait to see what you all put poor Benny through in the comments. Or you could use the same words that inspired this drabble, of which I am so proud, these words being regular, empirical, and assault, to write your own. So Blue's brain did this. What will your brain do? Almost all of this drabble wound up being dialogue. There's only that one 10-word sentence that isn't, so that's 90% dialogue. I do like using a lot of dialogue in my novel writing, actually. Maybe a little more than average. Not usually this much, but I think it definitely worked. It definitely worked here. If I did ever turn this into a novella, the need for world building and description and such would likely significantly decrease that dialogue percentage. But I think I'd make a reasonable effort to keep any potential novella version as dialogue heavy as possible to preserve the spirit of the original drabble. If you have any niggling and or burning opinions of Blue's drabble this week, your feedback is not only welcome, it is so entirely desired. So please, bedeck the comment section with garlands of rosy and or thorny judgment. I accept all views, both painful and pleasing. Blue cannot thank you enough that you use your precious time to help her hone her writerly abilities. Blue will now allow you to go about your current tasks. Thank you so much again.
Oh, thank you.
Please subscribe for more stories from Blue, and wherever you are in the world, I hope the rest of your day is absolutely lovely, because that is what you deserve. Until next time, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, last one for the night. Then I have more scripts to write. Not tonight, though. Blue is going to sleep.